So should I go live on here too?
Hello.
I hear you now. I hear you now.
Okay, that's probably because my. That's why I needed my other phone where I don't have services on, cause it interrupted when someone called. Who is that? I'm gonna do a video, Josiah. Okay, so it's like we starting over, or how we gonna do this? Cause I know people ain't gonna see the beginning of it.
Yeah, people gonna see the beginning.
Yeah, cause we ain't been doing it. It's
Yeah,
already on live. Like,
yeah. No, it's not live, but it's been recorded. I don't know. I ain't know how to turn off the recording part.
okay.
So yeah. So I'm not sure how to go live though, because it's not connected to my Facebook. So I'm trying to go live on here, but I don't want to get an echo on here and mess this up.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so I mean, but I'm gonna get there. It's a process. We're gonna get there. You know more about it than I do. So I mean, I see you going live all the time. You mad confident, teaching everybody. I'm just sitting here trying to play with my stuff. I'm trying to like practice on everything.
Yes. Yes, I mean, I'm still practicing myself, and I think this is good, a good start. Doing the debates with other people, it
Mm,
will help build up my confidence, you
right,
know. Yeah, I think it can help build up your confidence as time going because we need this little practice and any little bit help.
right, right,
Rome wasn't built overnight, so hey,
right.
next thing you know, we're gonna have millions of followers and viewers. I'm claiming it.
But here's the crazy part though. We kind of agree with certain stuff when it comes to black men and women though. So it's gonna
Yeah,
be hard for us to like really have a debate or have a like a crazy dialogue because we just in agreement.
yes. It may
Wow.
be a few things that we don't agree with now, like, but on some of the main things we may. Sometimes even in a relationship, you think that everything you may agree with everything at first until as time go down the line and you see some things that you don't like,
Mm,
or the opposite, you be like, dang, I ain't know she was like this. I ain't know he was like, I'm just,
right.
yeah. So
So what would you say is something that's spontaneous that you believe in that you think other people can't agree with?
something spots. You said
Like yeah, what
spontaneous.
like what's something that like you believe in yourself that no like you think it's rare for other people to believe
Um, what do I believe in?
that you
Okay,
think
now
most people would disagree with.
that most people would disagree with that a man should pay most of our bills.
You think most people disagree with that?
Well, not everybody, but men.
I mean, well, you think men think that women should pay all the bills or most of the bills?
Some men do think that way. I'm not gonna say all men, but a lot of them do.
Mm.
The ones that I know,
I I personally think it's like in a man's nature to take care of the bills and take care of certain stuff like that because we are providers and protectors and all that. So, like you said, like with your situation, you feel protected with your fiance and everything. So, I think every man is like want that value, but they don't, they don't carry it at the moment. But like
hmm
if they do have that situation going or whatever, they would love to bring a female in or whatever to love and care for.
yes,
So, but these days men want to make an excuse because they don't have it, like your fiance do.
correct.
So I mean, so I think most men will agree with taking care of the bills. It's just the fact that they ain't shit. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean,
Hey, it is
they're
what it is.
they're not capable. They're not capable of doing it at the moment.
Yes. And I can't. Well, yeah, I would agree that a lot of them aren't capable at the moment. That's the reason why. Instead of them saying that, they would be like, Don't know man's supposed to pay all these bills.
Facts.
You know, instead of being honest, they just not all way around it.
Facts. Facts. So yeah,
They
so I'm like, so yeah, what you believe in is like kind of worldwide. It's everybody want to do that.
not everybody though. I
Not
just
everybody
see
though.
that because if that's the case, before I got with my fiance, I don't think I would have been through numerous of relationships. To be honest with you, I think I would have been settled. You know, I've been married before. If that's the case, if most men think like that, I wouldn't have had to move on.
Okay. Okay. All right with it. So like, so you said if that was your first person, you think you would have never moved on.
Correct.
Okay. So here's the thing. I know. See, you're a very attractive female. Like no disrespect, but like
No
you're very
problem.
attractive. And like I know like a lot of women today because of
Mm-hmm.
social media, because of like say if they go out, they get like a lot of attention now. So
Yeah.
you don't think you're gonna want to explore later on? Because I know like a lot of women they go through the right now simply because they're getting bored or they just fall out of love. But the reason why they fall out of love because they have so many options coming.
Um, that's
So you
kind.
said that, huh?
So, kind of say that one more time because I'm trying
Okay,
to understand there now.
okay.
Hold up.
So you said that your fiance now, if you dealt with him, that was your first person ever. Like that
Right.
would be the only person that you deal with. But you would have got a whole bunch of options later on too. Like you would have got a whole bunch of attention to a point where this is why like a lot of women get bored. This is why they're going through divorces. They're saying like we have to part ways simply because we want to find something else. It's not because they're abusive. It's not because they're going. You know how many women today talk about, oh, the man was nice, he was good, but I have to find something else. So what if that would be your situation? If you only dealt with that one person, maybe your situation might have gotten kind of bland because you want to explore certain stuff that other men show you that he did.
To be honest, I get where you're coming from now.
Mm.
But as far as me becoming bored, I do understand that people want to explore, and sometimes I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of times you get bored in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? You get bored all the time, but that don't mean you go run off. Like you have to keep yourself busy. You know, you have to stay busy because if you want your mate, say for instance, to pay all the bills and do this, you can't be complaining because he ain't at home. You know, so it's
Okay.
numerous of times. Like I said, I get bored. But I am always trying to be creative. I'm
Right.
always trying to do things myself because not only I don't now put it like this. I really don't want my man to have to always pay all the bills. I want to be able to do it without him even saying nothing. You know, like
Mm.
even when it comes down to the small bills or some other personal bills, credit cards or whatever, I'm
Mm.
paying it if I got it in my account. You know what I'm saying? If so, he won't even have to go in
Right.
his pocket sometimes or whatever. That's how I want it to be. Like I'm able to whenever, but I still want him to be the full provider. But but getting bored later on in a relationship, I've been in my relationship for about 3 years, and I can say I never cheated. I
Good.
never did. You know, one thing about with my relationship, we are not that jealous type where we can't have friends or we can't talk to other people. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people get jealous about that. Just like how we online right now. You know, so
Mm.
it might be another couple in a relationship that disagree with what we're doing.
Right.
But we are business. Like with me and my fiance, we both business people. We both had our own separate business when we first got into this, so we know what we bring to the table.
Right.
Um, with my last marriage, I felt like he kind of got jealous with that. You know, that I had my business and I'm always having to conversate with different people. Um,
Mm.
my mind think more level up. I'm business wise. I love business, and you
So
can't go in.
were you always not the jealous type?
jealous. Let me say something. We all got little feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna call it jealous, but I will. I have had my moments where certain things that I don't like, even being in with my fiance now, it's been moments where you know what I'm saying, I have had issues with certain things, but it's a thing that we know that with team that ain't what we do.
right,
But it's
right.
things that I may not agree with all the time, and I'm gonna say something about it, but I wouldn't say jealous. I don't know.
Well, I believe jealousy comes from inexperience too. So like, if
Yeah.
it's something that you don't have or you want, you see
Oh,
somebody else is capable of getting it or whatever the situation is, you're gonna feel more of a challenge. So that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like he's older and you're older at the moment. So
Yes.
if y'all didn't have those experiences, wouldn't you feel like a little bit jealous if y'all like if it's a fresh situation and you still trying to explore the situation, but somebody else is taking that time?
I'm gonna say this. It was times, especially at the beginning, that I didn't like stuff, so it kind of made me feel a little way, if you call it jealousy or whatever. I'm gonna say it this way: before me, my fiance was married for someone I've had for over 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, you can't take that love away from him. So I didn't fully connect in a way because I felt like he was way much more devoted to his wife who passed away, and so that haven't been easy. It's starting to get easier now. Finally, you know what I'm saying? Because I
Right.
feel like as time go on, he's healing, but I don't think he was healed or whatever. And by me never being in that situation, I can't say, oh, I understand, but I know it's something, and to lose somebody that you basically have been with for your whole life and that was your love of your life, and you don't just move around with different women, you know. But I could say, if you want to call it jealousy, I've had my times, feeling type of way, but it's something that had to grow and learn him and learn how he do, like.
Okay. Okay. So, so I will tell you this though, like here's one thing I would disagree with. This might
Okay.
be so say if see I'm single. I'm single as all hell. Like it is what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a reason why I'm single though. But if I know my ex girlfriend's ex husband passed away,
Yeah.
and if she's mourning and if she's crying over it over and over, you have
Yeah.
1 minute. You have 1 minute to cry over your ex. After that, we're going out to eat. like we like we just having fun. Yeah, I understand that's history, but no, like it is what it is. Now I'm your man or whatever. He should have been dead mentally a long time ago when you broke up with him. So no, hear me, but hear me out. That's the whole that's what I believe. Like if you break up with that person, it doesn't matter if you pass away, unless it's your baby daddy. But still, like you shouldn't care either. The son, the daughter should care about it.
No,
Like and we should
you
both be
shouldn't be.
caring for this.
You shouldn't even cry over that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like so say if your fiance was crying in mourning like for days, saying like, "Oh my wife passed away" and all that. Would you
Yes.
tell him to suck it up, or would you be there with him, like mourning and patting
No,
him on the
I
back,
find
saying
a
like it's
way to
okay?
mourn with them, or I try to do things that I know they like. You know what I'm saying? No, because uh it's hard. It's hard to explain with that situation because I had to go through it.
Right.
And at the same time, if they weren't together or how they got together, we would have never met, to be honest with you. They weren't even from down here.
Mm,
But it's a lot of things that his wife that he left behind, and by me
mm,
being him moving me into his home, it's a lot of things that was left behind of his wife. You feel me? So it's a lot of things that I had to see every day, or that basically got passed on to me. So at the same time, I have to respect, certain things.
right.
Just say I'm in her house. So
Right.
I have to respect that, right? Do you
Well,
think?
have to
You
respect
know, like I have to have certain
the.
level. What you about to say? I know you about to say something.
Okay, so you talking about the lady that passed away.
Yeah.
You said you would have to respect her house, even though
Well, to
you
be,
do it.
I'm just
That's your
making
house.
a scenario. That's not the house that she passed it. That's not the house that they was in. But I'm just
It's your
saying,
house now. It's your house.
yes, yes, my house.
You can do
But
whatever you want.
yeah, but I'm saying I respect things to a certain. You know what I'm saying?
Like what? You gonna keep the keys or something? You gonna keep you gonna keep the bed that they put. So like what? What exactly? What exactly have you? Okay, if she passed away and now you like that's it. That's your place now.
I'm
This
about to cry.
unless she's gonna haunt you. Unless she's gonna start moving stuff all over the place. I think personally that's your spot. Now you get to take over, do whatever you got to do. Now,
And I
yeah,
do that.
she's
No,
pretty much
I'm
irrelevant.
just saying, like, yeah, I do. Like I said, that's not the house that that became afterwards. But I'm just saying, like, she kind of helped build that foundation. You feel me?
Yeah.
You,
Well,
that she
tell her
helped
thank
build
you or
it with him, so
something.
I'm here. It's just like if your mama and your father had you, right? No, I'm just saying they build the foundation. They build a certain type of foundation, so you have to kind of respect it to a certain, you know what I'm saying, to a certain level.
I can't. Okay, so I think you're just a lot more respectful than me, basically. So if somebody passed down certain stuff, say if my mom passed down certain stuff to me, and it's mine now, and she passed away, I'm gonna respect my mom. Whatever she gives to me, I am just gonna outuse. I'm gonna play around with it because it's mine now, basically. That doesn't mean you're disrespecting the person. Like if it's yours, then it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
So like you don't have to say, "Oh, forget her" and all this other stuff. You don't have to diss her because now you're living there and all that. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. What do you have to respect in the household, like compared to just respecting the spirit alone?
No, I'm not saying like disrespecting in that way. When I was talking about, it's basically like my fiance respecting him in a way because that was his past. There
Man,
was somebody he didn't leave. She didn't leave off in a bad manner. You
I
know what I'm
feel,
saying?
I feel you. She left.
It,
She left.
yeah, basically, natural causes, and
Yeah,
everyone is not. Everybody don't know how to heal from death. It's a lot of people I see who mourn and still over their past. It's something like I said, I never been through personally to lose a like that type of loved one with my granny, but she was, well off in age and lived her full life. Um, and that's the only person I really had close to me that kind of passed away. And still to this day, I have my moments, but to have like a mate, other than, yeah, I have lost, but not to death, but I
yeah.
lost people or whatever, and mourning is hard. I have lost people, maybe not to under the ground, but away from around me. But in his case, it's just like that was the love of his life.
Aren't you the love
I don't
aren't you
disrespect.
the love of his life right
You
now?
go, yeah,
I
now
need to
I
stop.
am.
Yeah. So now you moved on. You can't get another grandmother. Hear me out. Like you can't get another grandmother.
You right.
So what I mean by this is if you could replace your grandmother, now I'll tell you
Mm-hmm.
to forget your grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
But he replaced no disrespect. He replaced her.
Yes.
So now he can't think about what's going on when he's trying to pursue you at the moment.
Yes.
So like yeah, that's all I'm saying. But the grandmother and the mother, that's irreplaceable.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean that's all it is. That's why I said if my future girl, like, if her husband passed away, like, it is what it is.
How long do you give her to mourn? I mean,
One
how to
minute,
mourn? Huh?
1 minute,
1 minute.
just
Hold up now.
1 minute,
1 minute. So you gonna give her 1 minute to
and,
mourn?
and I am not gonna be there while she do it. I'm gonna text and be like, "You good now?" Be like, "You good?" All right,
So
go on.
you ain't gonna be mute nobody who lose a loved one.
No, if she lose a grandmother, I'm
I
all there
mean, I'm
for
talking about a mate, her husband.
it. A mate, new. Mm.
Why?
See, unlike y'all, y'all are more mature. Y'all are more like wholesome. Me, I'm a jealous. I'm a jealous person. Like, and I'm not jealous over crazy stuff. I'm not gonna smack you because I'm jealous and all that. I'm
Yes.
very petty. Like I said,
Yes.
if your ex husband passed and you're crying, I will go out. I will go outside. Go get something to eat. And if you're still crying, I'm gonna take my suitcase.
You gonna take
Like
your suitcase?
be like apparently you want his spirit back. So I mean I'm gonna rock with it. So
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. It is crazy that men like the only like men only have a suitcase and that's it. I said I'm gonna take my suitcase and I'm gonna get out.
Oh
You don't
gosh.
have nothing else, just a suitcase. Some clothes, a PS5 or something.
That's kind of, see, I have to think about, as we know, me and my fiance, we like over almost 30 years apart. So I have to, even though either one of us can leave here first, it could be me, or it could be him. But I have to also prepare myself. So if that time ever come, I don't know how long I'm gonna be mourning. So I have to put myself in his position in a way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, because I was telling him, like, I mean, not just telling him, but I always say I can't really see myself getting in another relationship because I done been through enough, and I don't want to do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Especially once you go through so much and learn a new person and this and that, like,
Right,
it's too
right,
much. So I ain't trying to. So if that ever happened, like in the future, and I don't think I'm gonna just hop in no relationship. But whenever that time do come, like say 3 years down the line, like how he met me 3 years, 3 years after his mate passed away, I would hope that that person understand. I don't think I'm gonna just sit up and cry every day and they're like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm having my moments. I may have my moments. You know, I may have some things of his still. It's something that it's like a memorial. Like people don't forget Martin Luther King. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
really.
You understand what I'm saying? No, for real.
Mark,
You, but do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you can't just throw away what you have known. If it was good, if it
and
was, good,
you
you
can't
can.
throw away Martin Luther King. It's Martin Luther King. We can't.
Okay, so if you
We
had a
can't.
wife that passed away, you telling me you just gonna throw away all her memories?
No, I'm not gonna throw away the memories. I'm not gonna mourn after it. And your things like that.
Say
But I'm
that
not
again.
gonna.
My phone, it was going in and out.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of bomber phone, but like yeah, like you. I'm not gonna take away. Like I'm not gonna forget about the memories. I'm just not gonna mourn about it. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna focus on it. So I can understand they do have memories. I know like you have certain songs that like say you and your ex, right?
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure you have a song. Are you gonna think about your ex whatever while that song is playing with you and your fiance? Are you gonna just reminisce?
If a certain song, if a certain song come on, I do think that it's gonna give me some. I'm gonna reminisce. That's just like with my fiance. Okay, we have these spots, and it be dancing and singing. You know what I'm saying? Where people be at, and so it's been many times that he have his moments. So,
So,
and this is something he been doing before me. Like he'll have his moments about his past. So, yeah.
so say one me and one of my like dates are going out and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I hear a song that I've remember back in the day when like me and my ex used to just dance to and all that.
Yes.
I can remember the song, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, like while I'm dancing with like my date right now, whatever. While
Yeah.
I'm dancing with her, I'm like, yo, I remember me and my girl used to dance to the song all the time. No, that's somewhat disrespectful. I can understand that passing away is totally different from. I'm getting a phone call,
Yes.
but I can understand passing away is totally different. But once you move on, you move on. Like it is what it is. Rest in peace. You can have a rest in peace shirt. You can have like one picture. You can have only one picture. They gotta be like you gotta be an ex mowing the
Get
lawn or
off
something.
this subject.
Like it can't be you and the ex together. It gotta be you and like just the ex mowing the lawn or
Yeah.
like eating a sandwich or something like that. It gotta be something random. It can't be y'all two together. That's why I said if you think about your ex for a long period of time while like you're with somebody else, do your fiance complete you at the moment? Like is he the complete package that you look for?
You said, is my fiance not a complete package that
Yeah,
I'm looking for?
yeah.
And which way you speaking of, like?
Okay, so what I'm saying with this, right? If I'm gonna date somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make sure that person,
It's a complete package.
yeah, so I don't have to miss anything else. So I don't have to miss anyone else.
Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. We all got some growing to still do. You feel me? Do I feel like he's the complete package? Yes. Um, but in a way, I must hit this subject too, because since I have an older fiance and he really like one thing about when it comes to family, he's the provider, the protector. Like he gotta provide, and he work like 20 hours a day for real. I'm seriously like so. He want to make sure that my son, which is his stepson, but he treat him as his son, that he's trying to provide. He don't know how long he have on his earth. Like he always speak of, he's not as young as he used to be. So he can't give me that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can't give me that time. We can't really get to a certain level because he's always busy trying to provide. And even, he'll tell me this, like, my son coming first. He want because he don't know how long he on his earth, so he want to provide and he want to be able to pass along, I guess, and kind of do things that he want to leave his legacy behind. Something that he never got a chance to do, probably, with his kids. And he treat my son just as his child. So,
That's a beautiful thing.
yeah, it
So
is. So, I can't really, debate on that with him. I have to, it just bases on my either I accept it or I don't.
your Obama phone.
I'm sorry, you're going.
Now that Obama phone, you need some more double
No,
A batteries?
you spoke him up. You spoke of my fiance. That was him calling, but I'm on this
Oh,
video.
okay,
I can't
okay.
answer.
My bad.
I
I
can't
mean,
answer it.
I mean, like I don't.
No, I see. He should supposed to been bring me back my other phone because I supposed to have my other phone to record on, which the one that's not in service. I could just record, do my little videos.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But this one
yeah,
has great picture quality though. It have
this one,
amazing picture quality. Yeah, yeah.
yes, it do.
But
Definitely do.
outside of that, personally, like I think you guys are very mature. Like, so I respect that, and that's like a stage I need to get into because
Hmm.
I'm immature myself. I mean, I'm petty. It is what it is. Like,
I feel you.
nah,
I have my moments.
yeah. So I mean, and the thing is, like, say, like, I guess your love language isn't quality time. Like, what would be your love language then?
Love language.
'Cause I know it's words of affirmation, like compliments and all this other type of stuff. But it seemed like you're big on no disrespect. I just want to make this
Uh-huh.
assessment. It seemed like you're big on acts of service when somebody working hard and like taking care of business and all. So like that would be your turn on personally. That's probably why you're so
Yes,
interested in
I'm more of a person making sure that I look out for a person. They take care of themselves, even if I'm not
yeah,
showing. Like I may not show all love, kisses in the rear. I never really been that type of person. But with I'm making sure that your health, when it comes to my family, my loved ones. can't nobody come against you. Can't nobody do this. Like I'm butting in.
Mm,
And I expect the same when it comes to me. Even if you probably wrong at the moment or whatever, I can't do that in front of everybody. When you get home, I may say whatever I got to say to you, but
right,
I'm
right,
always show that can't nobody mess with my family or my my loved ones. So that's why if I have to pick those who gonna be around me. I gotta take that seriously because I don't like nobody to play with me. When it comes to love, you can't play with my heart, period. Cause like I'm there. So as far as like I said with my fiance, if somebody like come at him, he ain't gonna be alone.
right, right.
He not alone. Whether you my real friend, whether you my, family I love dearly, can't nobody. I ain't finna say the word, but can't nobody with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm there, and that's how I expect it to be the same. So that's one of my like love languages. When I'm not able to cook like I always. I mean, by right now I'm on my little food fast. I'm only really eating fruits. Cooking
Mm,
would be one of my love languages when my
okay.
when I'm able and when I'm back on my cook food or whatever. That's
So
definitely
you
one.
gonna go back?
I don't think I'm going back, but I'm
No.
just saying, like he got to eat the fruits too now. So
Right,
I be
right.
wondering why I got to go grocery shopping every other day with my fruits because either he eating them or he giving them away to somebody. But
Right.
yeah, but my love language,
So
I feel
basically,
like
there's five love languages, right? It's acts of service, words of affirmation, which is compliments, physical touch, which is like holding and sex and all this other type of stuff, quality time, which is
yes.
self-explanatory, and what's the last one? Oh my god! Oh yeah, receiving gifts. Would that
Yeah.
be? Would that also be one?
Yeah, now I'm good at that. One thing about it, he don't shop. I shop. I buy.
Mm,
I buy everything. So when it comes to making sure he's dressed, he don't care for dressing. That's not his style. He's from Jamaica. He said they used to wear
right,
like big white t-shirts, and just I'm saying they're hard working people. That so with him dressing, he ain't never been that type of person. He like to stay closed off. He don't like to be a show off.
right,
He like his woman to show off. He want his family to show off, but you he want people to think that he ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Um, so even with his wife that he had in the past, I always see her pictures. She always dressed nice. You know what I'm saying? So the T had her jewelry like so. If you see my fiance, he might look like somebody on the streets at time to time because that's just how he.
And he
That's
works.
Yeah, he worked 24/7 and he don't want people sitting up there begging and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't
Right.
want everybody to know. Because these days, it's dangerous out there anyway. So you can't really show off.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Right.
type of people that he's around and where he works around, you can't do that.
Right. Right. And you said something really interesting. Now I'm starting to think about it. Like,
Yeah.
cause you said you're a businesswoman. You're big on that type of stuff. Have you ever had the opportunity to explore your business mindset, like when you were like dealing with ain't shit men,
When I was dealing with what?
like men that weren't shit?
Say that again. Hold on.
Okay,
It cut
okay.
out. It
You're
cut
a
out.
businesswoman. You're a businesswoman. I can like you had your own business. You still have your own business and all that. You have multiple.
Mm-hmm.
But when you were dealing with the other men, like your ex husband and all this other type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have the freedom and time to do what you're doing right now?
No, I did not because the crazy thing is they would be more jealous, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely more jealous. Some men don't want you to surpass them. You know, I'm the type that I would really. I guess I was always like more of a caretaker. Like that's a nature of us as women or have kids or whatever. Like I don't know. I always been. I want to see somebody else doing good. I want to see I want to see them to their full potential. You know, I may see something in them where somebody else may not see in them or whatever. And so I always want them to reach their full potential with, you know what I'm saying, my mate, whether you're my friend, I don't care who you are, I want to see you reach your full potential. And I found myself like, I'm gonna say with my ex-husband or whatever, I wanted him to, you know, I wanted him to see too, but sometimes you can't make a person or force a person to do nothing. But he didn't really want to see me succeed. You understand? Like,
Right.
so it's times that's how people do. They don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to help push you to succeed. My thing is, I needed help when I first started my business. I had all the customers out worldwide. Now I done sold over to 4,000 people. To be honest, within a couple of years, I served like
4,000
my
people.
first year. I sold like on about 2,000 customers. No lie. It was like a family thing. I had my girls, my kids, my oldest kids, or whatever, and I had got them into their own little business. But things kind of, you know, it's not like how it was anymore. But I'm just saying, at the beginning, I had plenty of customers, but me not having the right help I needed from my mate, and by just being basically, still felt like I'm being a single parent because I've been a single parent for years, so it didn't help, you know. It did not help. But once I got with my fiance, he want me to push. He really didn't want me to continue with my business, to be honest with you, because he told me that was little money. That when that, you know what I'm saying?
That was
Like,
tough.
I don't care, but to me, I don't care how little money you think it is. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah.
one of the most I have, you know, gotten since I've been disabled for quite a while, and I didn't want to keep living a certain lifestyle. I didn't want to just feel bad for myself, feel sorry. I want to show my kids that you can rise again. I didn't want to see myself just down and no, cause ain't nobody really gonna care for you like that. Don't nobody want to even give you a glass of water when you sick or
Mm.
whatever. So I couldn't keep letting that be my lifestyle. I had to rise again. So I wanted to show my kids that they could do something in life. Cause my mother was disabled and I didn't see her get back up.
Mm.
And that's not what I chose. So I started to figure out something, you know, a God. Like I said, I believe in God. So I definitely had a lot to do with me. But with my fiance, he didn't want me to really finish this business. I tried to get back to the right subject. I had to think about where I was coming from. He didn't want
Yeah.
me to do this. Not saying he wanted, but he knows it was a lot of work. And with my condition, being disabled or whatever, he just like I should sell retail stuff. Some of the things I don't sell retail, I hand make my body butters, my soaps, all that I was, you know, doing with help. I had help though. Hair products,
You're talking about the one that
natural,
you're with
sea
now.
moss. Hmm.
Talking about the one that you're with now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause he sees something I didn't see. You know what I'm saying? He's telling me that my body wise, I don't have to help. You know, if I wanna get to the money that I'm talking about, it can't all just be about quality either. You know, I'm all about quality and I want my
Yeah.
customers to have the best. I'm not saying they can't, but he like, you ain't gonna become a millionaire like that. You ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go for some big. I mean, something that's gonna push the money out. So he
Right.
looked at my money as small money, and but he also never stopped me from doing what I'm doing. He actually encouraged me to to do different things or whatever. He encouraged me to go on do this podcast, and that's something nobody else would really encourage me to do. Like,
So basically, he's allowing you to love yourself. That's all.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
able to love myself that I haven't been able to. I don't think I ever been able to do, to be honest. Like to
Yeah.
find
That's
myself,
what.
to love myself.
Yeah. That's what I got. Because like you said, like he works hard. He works 20 hours a day, so he really get any sleep.
Mm-hmm.
He take care of he take care of your family and everything.
Yeah.
And now you get to like do your customer service and all that. You get to work on your podcast. You get to work on your organization and everything. So I think
Yes.
you love yourself enough to a point where you wanted somebody to embrace it.
Yeah, to believe in
So
me. Not just
Yeah,
from a mate. This even from when it comes down to family, you want them to see something in you. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, so it's been a long, long time. Yes.
That's probably why you're not jealous because you have so much stuff going on. You have so much like, and you know that he's just out there taking care of everything and then bringing like investing in you and all that. And you
Right.
have like a bunch. You have so much stuff going on to a point where there's no need for you to get jealous. You have so many options. Like a lot of people only have options when it comes to sex and like men
True.
and women and all that. You have
True.
options when it comes to your business, when it comes to your organization, when it comes to your
True.
podcast, when it comes to your networking and all that.
Yes.
So the moment one thing don't work, you can just go to the next.
True. And one
So
true.
that's what jealousy takes place when somebody is lacking resources. And now they want to keep that one resource or whatever that seemed to be dwindling away.
That makes
So,
a lot of sense. A lot. Oh, you gonna have to like get that part. Yes,
gotta get
that
that
what
part.
you just
Cut that
said.
part off.
Yes, because wow, that made a lot of sense. You right
But
though.
but huh?
No,
Yeah,
I
the
said
more you were
you
talking, I
right.
was thinking like the more you were talking, I was thinking like, yo, she really love herself. I don't know if it was always like that, but like I know you've been going through certain stuff and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
the way you carry yourself and the way you talk at this moment, it shows like a lot of confidence and a lot of like self
Mm-hmm.
endurement basically. So
Yes.
I like that. And mind you, I'm becoming a fan of your fiance. I've never seen your fiance. I'm becoming a fan of your fiance, and I can learn something from him.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that I see that he's doing all this other type of stuff and all that,
True.
like I feel like the average man should embrace somebody like how you're praising them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy. Now, I'm proud of you guys. Now I'm getting goosebumps and all that. I love relationships like
Don't
that.
make me cry.
No, I love relationships like that. Like because
Mm-hmm.
it felt like the thing that you were lacking, he just took over. And now like you get to be whatever you want to be and all that. He found the person that he wanted to support. So that's amazing. Actually.
Yes.
Me,
Yes.
me, I'm just thinking about doing the OnlyFans soon. Like I don't know, I don't know, I don't know if it's gonna be the end of my relationship career. Like I might have to go on Pornhub or something. Like at this moment, man, I'm happy for you guys.
I
So
appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that.
so maybe you could teach something about relationships because you told me a lot. You told me a
I'm
lot about
definitely
you
learning.
told me a lot about my own insecurities. I didn't even know I was insecure within myself until you talked about your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I mean, I rock with it.
That's what's up. You know, that's one thing. That's a hope that I would be able to do one day. And one thing, even with relationships, you know, I had to learn. Like, I think we discussed this on the last episode, but it was about lust and love. And I had to learn, like I said, what is really love.
Mm.
You know, sometimes, a lot of times, like I said, we fall in love for what basically a vision. A lot of us, we see with our eyes, we love with our eyes, not just with our eyes, but you know, we want this affectionate. We want it's a lot that we want, but we also what we want. We also have to be able to give to at the same time. But
Yeah,
that's just how we should be both well rounded. I feel like I should be well rounded, and my fiance should be, you know, all way well rounded, so that when we get together, we are created equally. We are one. You know what I'm saying? So. Like I said, I don't have, like you said, I don't have time to be jealous or this and that. So he won't have time to be jealous or whatever. He know what he brings to this table, regardless of who come here. Somebody could come with a million chains on their neck or whatever. He know that they can't, you know what I'm saying, they can't move me. Cause
right,
them
right.
million chains ain't gonna do what he do for, you know what I'm saying, ain't gonna do what he doing for me and my son. It's
Right.
not gonna do that. So I went left. I don't know what I'm about to say. I went left.
No.
Uh,
I'm rocking with it. I'm listening.
but as far as oh, let me ask you a
I'm,
question.
go ahead. I'm listening.
So the conversation that we having about basically again of men and women, what did you say? What makes a better relationship?
Well, you destroyed it. Well, that was yo. We kind of got off the entire topic, didn't we?
I was about to ask the question. I was about to try to see so. So is that what the topic? Yeah, we done went all types of ways, but No, I'm happy that I can inspire you, and I hope I inspire many one day.
Right.
I still have a lot of learning to do, but I definitely learned that it's not about like just looks. It's not about sex. It's not about a lot of that stuff. And because I see women still to these days, and they worried, they may be crying, or they still chasing the same person or whatever. And the thing is, no matter how much you chase a person, you can't make a person do nothing. They already got a calm way around it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They got to be their
Right.
own. They already got to have something they bring to the table. They're just like I
I
had to
agree.
have something I'm bringing to the table. So
I,
we both
I,
had
to-
something coming.
I
He
totally agree. I totally agree. And the
he
thing
was in love with businesses, and just so happened, I became into business. So
is,
it was when you're an entrepreneur and trying to do your own thing, it's not like you out there just living for the world. You create some in your head, so you're not living for the government or anybody else. You feel me? So a lot of them people be depressed because they doing stuff that they don't want to do.
right.
When
Right.
you're trying to do your own thing, whether it's this podcast, you're doing you got to do something that makes you happy. And so when
Right.
you're doing things that make you happy, it really don't matter who walk in or out your life. They can't then
Right. Because
can't never.
you have so many resources that make you love yourself.
Yes, yes, indeed, and definitely
But
learn because it's been a minute since I've been able
you
to
know,
love.
but you know what's scary though?
What?
Like this is the destruction of black men and women right now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's definitely what I'm talking about.
But the problem with this is there's not enough men like him and not enough women like you.
You
Very,
right. You right.
it's very rare. So like when we talk about sex and all that,
Mm-hmm.
I just had a discussion with this lady and all that. I think she's interested in me, but for one, she's ugly.
You
Two,
said when?
yeah,
Say it again.
for one, she's ugly. She's ugly for one. Two, all she talk about is sex.
Oh wow.
So it comes to the point where like if that's all your value is, and I'm surpassed
Yeah.
sex already. It is what it is. Like I ain't nothing new. So
Mm-hmm.
when you keep talking about certain stuff that's owed to somebody else, like they'll tend to dwindle off a lot. This is why
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of people like that do value sex, they get jealous a lot quicker than the person that value themselves. See, like with me, I value my life coaching, I value my organization, I value my podcast, I value I value my two jobs that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody only have one thing going for them, they have to find it in other people. But the moment that person like is dwindling away, they
Mm-hmm.
want to chase after them because it's something that they want to learn from that person, but they
Yes.
can't really do it because they haven't really like lured them in completely yet.
Yes.
So these days there are a lot of women because I talk to like 7 to 8 women. All they do is talk about sex. And mind you, I'm not dating them. I'm just saying like I'm just talk. I just have conversations with them.
Mm-hmm.
All they do is talk about sex. That's all they're worth today. Like when it comes to what men believe, because men they talk about having sex with women. So women are
Yeah.
going to talk about sex because that's what men are
True.
using them for now.
True.
So now it's going to come to a point where they don't even vibe. I know somebody. This lady looked like she had Down syndrome, and she talked like she had Down syndrome. But she's getting so much attention from like men to a point where she don't have to learn anything. Like like nobody's giving her any type of criticism because she's only valued for her sex. Now the moment
Yeah.
she grow up, like as in she's 30 years old, so she's already grown, but she acts like she's 17. Simply
Yes.
because she's been introduced to like her body being more important than her mind. So now she's gonna grow up thinking that she's privileged, but yes, she's mentally gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with us. So these days, the reason why I'm single because it's hard to find people like you. It's hard for women to find people like your husband.
Yes. It's
So yeah, that's about it. So like it's not because I want to be a hoe. It's not because I want to be such and such. It's
yeah.
because the the resources of women today and the resources of men today, they're dead.
You right. So let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Do you think that sex has to be a part of a relationship. Do you believe that?
No. Well, of course, the penis is gonna have to go in the vagina once in the blue. But here's the thing: you can have multiple orgasms with anything. As in, when you cry, that's similar to that's similar to having sex, right?
Yeah.
Let me explain. Let me explain. All right, so boom. When you're having sex and you
Mm-hmm.
release that stuff that be coming out your vagina and your I don't want to say nothing because I'm trying to put this on YouTube and I'm trying to get paid
All right.
for it.
That's you.
So you're releasing certain stuff and all that. But the
Mm-hmm.
moment you complete that releasing of that stuff that be coming out, what do? You fall asleep. Like you fall asleep, whatever, you just get satisfied. You relax.
True.
Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, you eat turkey sandwiches and all that. I was broke, so I had to eat turkey sandwiches when I was like so.
Broke or not, I still eat turkey sandwiches.
So during Thanksgiving, when you eat mac and cheese and oxtail, whatever they be eating, in Thanksgiving.
One moment.
Oh, okay, got you. About to cook, y'all. Cook. She's going. All right, so boom. Let me wait till she come back. But the culture shock, I want y'all to join it. I want y'all to come through, all right? Because it's gonna be topics like this, but we're gonna have more people coming in. But I love this lady, man. She mad cool. I rock with her. I rock with her.
Okay. I'm sorry about
Oh
this.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I was just talking to the future audience that I have.
Okay.
All right.
What's up?
So boom. Thanksgiving, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
once you eat a lot, you catch the itis. What you want to do? You want to fall asleep, right?
Yes.
Stay with your kids. Stay if your
Mm-hmm.
kids go to the amusement park, have fun all day. Next thing you know, as soon as they get in the car, what do? They fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So when say when your fiance is mourning over her like the
Yeah.
his ex-wife and all that, he
Mm-hmm.
cries and everything. What happens after that? You get tired, you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Same thing. So it comes to a point where if you can release those chemicals with all this other like all these other emotions,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna really need that sex that much anymore. You're already releasing endorphins and oxytocin for everything else.
Yeah.
So the most this is why like sex is less valued today because we're actually dealing with people that we don't care for. So the like
Mm-hmm.
so now we gotta go harder. We gotta flip each other over. We gotta like break each other back out and all that simply because we have to make them feel certain type of way. So
Right.
so say if when I
Go ahead.
when I brought up the love languages and all that,
Yeah.
say if you can deal with somebody that actually does cook, actually does like take care of you, actually does give you gifts, actually does give you
Mm-hmm.
compliments, make you happy, make you laugh and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The endorphin is gonna be released, serotonin is gonna be released from looking
Yes.
good and all that. All that
Yes.
stuff is gonna be released. So the moment you do have sex,
Yes.
it's gonna intensify everything. You're not gonna need to have sex for like
Mm-hmm.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, my son came here. What's that?
Culture shock. But-
Okay, my bad about
oh
that.
yeah, no, you
But,
good. You good.
what you can
Yeah.
you repeat what you said?
Okay, so yeah, like if you if you look good, right? The way you
Mm-hmm.
carry yourself is gonna release serotonin.
Yes.
If you
Oh
touch
yeah.
somebody if you touch somebody a certain way, like if somebody like
Yeah.
really care for you, touch somebody a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
oxytocin is gonna be released. If you give somebody compliments and like make somebody laugh, endorphins is gonna be released.
Right.
Dopamine is gonna be released. To a point
Yeah.
like where you do actually have sex, all that stuff is gonna intensify.
Mm-hmm.
But these days we're dealing with people that's not as pieces of SH to a
Yeah.
point where you're gonna have to go extra hard with.
You right. You definitely right.
So So basically, what I mean by you don't need sex is because you can get a bunch of orgasms with conversation. You can get
True.
orgasms with like amusement.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, we just don't value that stuff anymore. This is why people are so boring. Like this is why you gotta have.
You're
This is why you
right.
gotta have sex to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you gotta drink to have fun. This is why you gotta smoke to have fun. But picture if they were all sober with no sex. How much fun would they have? It's gonna be almost impossible.
You're right. That's
So that's
why
why we. Yeah.
they go.
So
People go out all the time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Some they or like you said, drugs or whatever. Like you gotta have something.
yeah.
Even
So that's
some
why I
people
said
use food to cope. You know what I'm saying? Like so,
facts, facts,
never satisfied.
facts.
And that's why
And this,
sometimes we have to fast. Whether it's not just from food, even if it's from sex, even if it's from relationships. Sometimes you know we have to fast to really learn ourselves and to love, like I said, to love ourselves at the same time, you know, and not just what's of this world. What made me, and this one thing I had to start looking at when it came down to relationships and men. I started, and then looking at other women, I started to see like, dang, I got the same thing as every woman on this earth for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, what made me different? I had to think about that. What would make me different? I'm like, I got the, you know, I got all the body parts, the breast, whether it's the whatever, you know, I got it all. What the next woman may have. You know, one person probably may be bigger than the other, may be smaller than the other. Like, you know, but at the same time, like men, a lot of men, I'm not gonna say just men, because women too, I had to learn about women, but I'm talking right now, I'm talking about
mm,
men. Men do a lot of
okay,
cheating. And if he's not whole within himself, if he ain't got everything together, that's what he gonna do because he not happy with himself. But it shouldn't take it shouldn't take all that to be happy. And
facts.
so I had to figure out, had to make myself whole because I'm like, all those women, we got the same thing. Even when it comes down to people dressing alike, wearing the same hairstyles, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got what's gonna make me different? That's why I had to look at it. Like, I'm like, a lot of women beautiful, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women got this.
Okay.
So I had to really realize what's gonna make me different for a man to really, you know what I'm saying, love me truly for me and not just for what they see. Because a lot of times we go off the looks, you know, what we see somebody else doing for somebody. I'm just saying it's just things that we do when we don't fully know how what real love is. And it ain't just about sex. It's been I've been able to go out for a long time. Longer than what probably anybody probably think right now, to be honest. So that's not nothing I had to learn. I'm gonna say I really learned with my last baby father. You know, I kept feeling empty every time he left me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
even after, I can't say the word my son here, but even after certain times, you know, I'd be like, and he gone back home because it was during the, I'm gonna have to mention how I met my baby father. I didn't know he lied. I didn't know he was married. And so he had a wife, you know, and so it
mm,
took time for me to kind of fully break apart from him because I already gave myself to this man. I'm about to have this child, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
even if I'm telling him no, bye, you know what I'm saying? Us going back and forth during them times, that was the only person, you know, I was with. But I started to feel empty, you know what I'm saying? Like empty. And I'm like, leave me alone, you know, don't come down.
right,
So
right.
once you get off or whatever, get off on that stage, it's over with. Once he home, it's over. The feelings gone. You know, everything
Yeah,
just changed. So
yeah.
it started to become not important to me at all. You know, and if people really, if and it has some men is they not taking their time with females, they just want to, you know, whatever. So a female gonna kind of get used to just not even being touched sometimes, you know.
Facts.
I'm for
Yeah.
real. Like I'm okay. I'm definitely okay with myself. I'm okay without because I'm able to please myself in so many ways. Like me doing this podcast, I'm pleasing myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Me
got you.
doing anything I love as far as business. That's like a man. It's everything for me. People,
Yeah,
I'm for real. Like I don't have to like do I don't have to eat too much. What I eat is fruits and veggies. I'm saying I don't have to eat
yeah,
too much. I don't have to smoke no more. I
Okay.
don't have to, I don't have to take no drugs. I don't have to go out like that.
Right. Right.
Being with my family and business on certain things, making sure my family is straight, that it gives me a lot. Cause me and my fiance ain't really on that level as far as I can't say the word, but we okay right now. He's very busy,
Right.
and
Right.
it's just that I'm okay with conversations with my fiance.
Right. Right.
I be just waiting on that time, rushing on him for like if I'm fit to get an hour from him, whether it's
Mm.
3 hours that I got, because that's probably it. We don't get to do anything. Like we don't like just go out, because he's very busy. And
Right.
so you gotta know your man, who your man is, you gotta know who your woman is. And so
I agree. I agree. Well, I'll tell you this. I've been celibate for a year.
that
Probably even longer than that. Um,
mhm.
I haven't eaten meat. Well, of course, like I did eat meat like at a party one time, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I got sick. I got sick real fast. So like, and I also went to like
Mhm.
some arcade or whatever, and it had like I had like a chicken wing or two, and then I got sick.
Yeah.
So like, I'm lying if I say I didn't eat meat for a while, basically. But
Mhm.
yeah, and I haven't drank in a while either. Like, and I rarely ever smoke. So it comes to a point where you love yourself enough to
Mhm.
get rid of addictions. The moment you lose love for yourself is the more you focus on your addiction, basically. I think we talked about that too. Like, it's like a thin line between love and addiction.
Mhm.
So the situation with people today is they're so focused on food, which could be an addiction, smoking, which could be an addiction,
Mhm.
drinking could be an addiction, to the point where they lost themselves.
True.
That's all that really is, man. So yeah,
True. And a
well,
lot of us get
yeah,
into things. Some of us get into things that wasn't really expecting. I mean, like even if it's a relationship we got into, or a job we got into, or anything we got into, and then we just end up sticking to it, and we become unhappy people.
mm,
Whether if it's somebody who's joining the military or whatever, you're stuck now. You know what I'm saying? So some things you do, they may start. Some people may start doing drugs. You know what I'm just saying? If you're unhappy, you're trying to figure out how can I, get any bit of happiness back. So you do things, whether it's the relationship you get into and it's not really what you wanted, and so now you
mm,
out here doing other things. So it's just some things people don't know what they got into until they got into it, and they don't know how to break apart from it. Or it's too
right,
late.
right. Well, this is a side note because I was looking at your skin the entire time. Like, was your skin always this clear?
No, not
Oh,
always. Like I said, by me changing my lifestyle.
yeah.
Because I remember my face had broke out so terribly bad. Like, ooh. But once
Mm,
I removed all the unprocessed foods, your skin
yeah.
clear too now. Once
Oh,
I
appreciate
removed all this
chicken wing.
processed food, my skin just started to, kind of clear up. Not only that, like I said, I make my products too, so it definitely helped me. I don't use anybody else soap. I only use the soap I made. I
Oh,
don't use like I don't use no lotions. I use what
yep.
I make.
See, personally, I get my soaps and my lotions for free. So I
Mhm.
use my Old Spice. I use my I use my Dove body spray or whatever.
Yes.
So, like, well, okay, I don't get them for free. I
Mhm.
feel them, but still, I didn't pay for it. So I mean, it is
Mhm.
what it is. So like, filling and free is the same
Well,
situation. Shout out
I.
to Walmart, man. Like, I'm glad that
Oh Lord,
I'm
I
glad
learned
that
my
I
lesson
got.
from Walmart. Mm-mm.
Huh?
I learned my lesson a long time ago. Messing with Walmart.
I mean, yeah, but you got to try again.
No, I'm
You
good.
can't let that stealing.
Shoot.
You got to win the battle, man. You got to have a rematch.
I'm
Whatever can fit in
done.
my pocket, I ain't paying for.
Back in the day. Oh,
Back in the day. You know
back.
Walmart still exists though, right? You know how much white people took from us? Might as well take that. The least you could do is take the TV,
Man,
deodorant
come
and stuff.
man, I ain't going to jail no
Be
more for
like,
nobody.
be like, you stole our culture. At least you could do is let me get away with some deodorant.
Man, you talking about, man. I ain't gonna lie. This is something I said to myself. Now, I started working in Walmart in a tech, it was for tech season, because
Okay.
they have tech service there. I said, ooh, I went from stealing to working. Ooh,
Wait,
ain't
did they
God
catch you
good?
though? Like, did you work at the same Walmart that you stole from, or was it like a different Walmart?
Let me think. It was a different Walmart, but it
Different
don't
one. Okay.
matter because they were trying to get me to work at different ones.
Oh, okay. I rock with it.
So I mean, that was back in the day. Back in the day, sometimes I had to do what I had to do, but I don't. I learned my lesson.
Oh, God. I'm gonna
My
be honest.
last
I wasn't.
occasion, I got locked up. I can't do it no more.
You say you got locked up still?
I got away with years. I got away from it for years. So you know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Right. I mean,
when the police, I ain't gonna lie, when the police got me, let me tell you, I couldn't do but laugh. We both laughed. Me and the police that time. So you got caught. I said, finally.
like you got.
Finally. Like, dang, y'all supposed to be caught me.
Like, yo,
You
some of
ain't
that
got to
stuff's
ever
still in
worry
my
about
house,
me
so we
no
good.
more. Man, you ain't got to worry about me no more doing anything.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
After I
god.
completed them classes, they removed it off my record. I paid my dues. I'm
Well,
done.
I'll tell you this, like I would like to buy some of your stuff though. You gotta show me what you have though. But
Yeah.
I don't know how far you'll ship it.
You
So
said how far my shipment? Oh, I ship worldwide. So, never
worldwide. Okay. Okay.
mind.
But I wanna see like what's your website actually?
One of my websites is LLC Divine Healing Sea Mouse, and I'm gonna spell that LLC DIVINE HealingSeaMoss.com. Yeah, so LLC Divine Healing Sea Mouse. I also have
Okay.
another website which is called Lupus and Autoimmune Wellness.org. I ain't even finna spell that right now. I ain't even finna spell that right now
You
because
kind of lost me at the other one though. Like you just kept going on like SELL
I
and
had to make
I'm
sure,
like
like,
what?
dang, it's long. Dang, it is long. Like,
So
I feel my tincture kicking in right now. I don't smoking them, but I take tinctures and I feel it kicking in.
tincture. Tincture, that's when you take like alcohol and soak
It's
like
whether any type of herb that you use, you know what I'm saying? Herbs. Yeah, you can. Some people use alcohol and some people use like glycerin or whatever.
mm,
I do prefer to use a certain alcohol in it because it definitely, absorb better.
right, right.
Hmm.
I'll tell you, yo, I'll tell you this. I very much enjoy your conversation. We need to do this more often.
Most
We
definitely.
definitely need to.
I'm
'Cause
trying to
I'm
tell you.
enjoying it a little bit too much, whatever. Maybe we need to be co-hosts.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought about that. I said, we can't get right. Man, I'm telling you, we can blow up. I'm for
Yeah,
real. Like, I'm ready to
yeah,
start being on the TikTok, all that.
yeah.
Like, man, I
Facts.
definitely think co-hosting be fine because you gotta have time. I'm not saying that nobody don't want to do it because it's people who do, but it's a time that you need. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And it's
yeah.
definitely something you want to kind of take serious. So
Right.
you can definitely hit on something and start hopefully being able to interview other people however we do it. But we can definitely touch on some topics. I'm down. Like
Absolutely.
I'm
Just like
down.
this conversation was feminism and the toxic masculinity. This is what the conversation was supposed to be about. I don't know what, but all I know is this is one of my favorite conversations that I had. So I rock with it. It is what it is.
That's
So
what's
thank
up. No problem. Most definitely. Most definitely. But anybody ever want to know about my product, and I can send you the links to my
Spell it again.
send the links.
Yeah,
Most
just
definitely.
spell it. Just spell it, and then
Lupus and autoimmune weight. Okay. You want me to spell that one?
no. We good. We good.
Okay, I'm about to say, hold up. I gotta make sure. All right.
No,
It's
no.
keeping it real.
Yeah.
But yes,
But
y'all, just let me know. You can inbox me, I'll give it to you. But it was nice. And thanks for inviting me on.
thank you for coming. Thank you for being the only person that came. So I mean,
Hey.
eventually, once we start popping off, everybody gonna want to come. We're gonna be like, no, you should have came with.
Oh,
You
that's what
should
I'm
have
saying.
came
It's gonna
when
be
we did
hard to get in. That's what I be for real. You right. It's gonna be hard because it's gonna be people waiting in line. You know what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? I take this serious. And I
yeah,
see you taking it serious. So if it's
yeah,
something you love to do, your passion at something, you're gonna do it.
yeah. Absolutely. And before we go, I wanna shout out my business too, dude. Since you
Go ahead.
like,
Most
yeah.
definitely.
If y'all need if y'all need anything from Walmart, like deodorant, like deodorant, 5 hour energies, anything, man. I got you. Just,
I'm glad my
just hit
products
me
ain't
up.
on Walmart shelves. I used to sell at Walmart though. It was online Walmart. I was selling my
Uh,
products at Walmart, but I'm glad it went on the shelves. That's why I can do it. Woohoo! I be stealing my own products. Ooh, 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 ooh. But yes,
yeah,
we gotta do this more often. We gotta pick a day
yeah,
or so, pick a certain
yeah.
day out of the week and do this. So let's get
So
it.
yeah, yeah. But all I know is I got to drive an hour to St. Stephen to see my family, and
Okay.
I do have a photo shoot that I got to do in May, and I want people to come. In April the 26th, I have this nostalgic era that I'm doing in Charleston, South Carolina. So if y'all want to come through, boom. See, I'm not that much of a advertising type of person. So that's all you got, man. Just come through. Let me
Yes,
know what's going on.
that's what's up. You said where? North Carolina,
No, South Carolina.
South Carolina. I gotta see which part my cousin in. All right. Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, so I enjoyed it, man. Like, just yeah, we gonna build, man. We gonna build. All right.
Yes. All right then. Well, until next time.
Till next time.